Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Sheikh Sufi Ba. SheikhSufi@gmail.com. CheikSufi@gmail.com. Opening prayer for the greatest shaman that I know in the West, Brother Ankh, Rising Sun. A'udhu billahi bismillahi inna waliyullahu. A'udhu billahi bismillahi inna waliyullahu. A'udhu billahi bismillahi inna waliyullahu. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin al-Fatihi lima ulika wal-Katimi lima sabaka ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم.
Greetings, loved ones. Our prayer for you for 2024 is to be in a vibrational receiving match. A vibrational receiving match for happiness, for giving, for gratitude, for wisdom, for discernment, with abundance of blessings, for your soul tribe, for your soulmate, for your open-mindedness, for your spiritual growth, for divine love, and for a healthy, emotional, physical, spiritual body. I wish you all these things and pray that you receive all these things in the year 2024. Using in all languages. Ashe, Amin, and Namaste. You can reach me at Instagram, Sequoia_spirit, that is SEQUOIA. Again, I wish you all these blessings and so much more in the year of 2024. Thank you.
Beloved mighty omnipresent, great hosts of sitting ascended masters, great angelic hosts, great cosmic beings who govern the system of worlds and the seven mighty elements. Lord, we call upon your grace to heal the earth of the actions of the sinister forces. Their plan is to eliminate the population in the most horrible and murderous ways. They have already poisoned our food with things we can't even pronounce. They poison the water with fluoride. They poison the air with chemtrails. They have poisoned the medicine with side effects that will kill you if you take it. And they have poisoned the technology against mankind. They have weaponized all these things against mankind. We call upon your grace to free us from the sinister forces whose diabolical plan is to make this world the most hellish place. America, which was the light of the world, that was brought to the world, established in this world, to make every human being here ascendant, and then to have that spread throughout the world. Lord, we ask you to incarnate in this very planet, incarnate in mass, incarnate with sitters and ascended masters, with divine beings of every type, to bring in revolutions of meditation, revolution of mantra repetition, revolution of chanting, revolution of spreading love and light, revolutions of knowledge. Lord, we call upon you to empower us with our divine selves, so that we can rid the world of these very sinister forces whose aim is to do nothing but create this place to be a Sodom and Gomorrah. We already know that Earth is the most wicked planet in the universe. Let us turn it to be the light of the world, so that it is the greatest planet in the universe, so that we excel even what is happening in the great central sun. As a matter of fact, Lord, we ask all the beings from the great central sun to incarnate on the earth, to incarnate on the earth, to incarnate on the earth within us, so that we could do the work that I'm begging for now. Oh Lord, I ask this in the name of Swami Nityananda Paramahansa, Bhagavan Nityananda, Guru Maha Vilasananda, beloved Saint Germain, Lord Jesus the Christ, Lord Buddha, Allah, and the great Sundar Kumar. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am.
You know what they say, the bottom of the pot's always the best, Brother Hank. coconut raw. God bless the cook and the time it took. What you got here? What kind of soup you have here?
Today it's black beans, my brother.
Black beans.
Black beans. See that look?
My God.
You got the bottom of the pot, baby.
What's good about black beans,
Oh man, anything black. You know what's good about it.
Oh.
We shouldn't be saying anything about anything black other than black.
Oh.
Other than black.
What else? What else you got in here,
So
man?
we got some butternut squash. We got some red lentils to help thicken the broth.
Ooh.
We've got also in there the bell peppers, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, purple bell peppers, sweet potatoes, and we did it until it melted. Also the Rulo burro bananas, we did that too as well. And we're gonna dress this up for you with some baby bok choy.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it look nice and enticing.
And what days are you here, Coconut Rob?
Today, this week, I think I'll be here all week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But soups, let's do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm also put some sprouts in there for you too as well. I mean, come on.
Have mercy.
Gotta keep Brother Hank healthy.
Man, you gonna keep the neighborhood healthy, brother. All right. What's your contact info?
347-243-1678. I do things the old-fashioned way. No emails, none of that stuff. Just call me.
Yeah,
Let's have
yeah.
a conversation.
Yeah, right
You know
on.
what I mean?
Blessed be, brother.
Yes, my brother. I couldn't do that.
Family, I am here with a magical moment of young musicians. And this is Kim, Sister Kim, and she has a message about investing into the future musicians of our community. Sister Kim, tell us what you got here.
Hi everyone, Kim, proud parent of children at the Big Apple Leadership Academy for the Arts. We teach HBCU high stepping marching band to our kids from age 5 and up. It is a free after school program, tuitionless, and it's open to all. Our kids are amazing. If you can, jump on our website. We're looking for support, donations. Our kids need new instruments so that they can high step on. Our website is www.bola.org, BALAA.org. And I appreciate the time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so, family, listen up close. We're talking about investing in the artists of tomorrow. By investing in them, if you have a little expendable change to invest in the youth, the genius, this is the opportunity. And in this description on this video will be the details of sending your donation to PayPal or Zelle or Cash App.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for your support. Our children are the future.
Amor, 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 amor. El mensaje es el amor. Ama a tu hermano como a ti mismo. Eso es amor. Amor, 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 amor. El mensaje es el amor. Ama a tu hermana como a ti misma. Eso es amor. Grandes fuerzas de la paz crezcan siempre, siempre más. Que reine la paz y acaben las fronteras. Todos somos uno.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina amsa alayhim. Ghair maghdubi alayhim. Wala dwalin. Alhamdulillah. Dr. Sanada Kamara, co-founder of Temple Mother Earth, sending love, peace, and abundance prayer to everyone around the world.
Blessed love, this is Jah Lion King, you know. Priest of an order of Melchizedek. Yeah, man, priest Jah Lion King of an order of Melchizedek. Give thanks to life, give thanks to health and strength, you know. Give thanks to positiveness, give thanks to consciousness, give thanks to righteousness, give thanks to love. Give thanks to Haile Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, you know. Universal love, you know, one and all, you know. And give thanks to all good things and all abundance and all blessing and then I approach in a new year, you know. Praying for everyone to be more conscious, more righteous, more loving, caring, more sympathetic, loving each other, you know, and caring for each other, you know, because God is love and love is God, you know, so let us all love, you know. And remember, love is the key that opens all doors, no matter what race or nation. Love is the key that opens the door for only Mount Sinai. And whosoever enter in, ever live in life shall have, you know. So love is the key, you know. So peace and love to the world, you know, and blessing and prosperity and joy and happiness and goodness for the 2024 coming from Andrew Priest Jah Lion King. And if you want to contact I, 347-444-4460. Give thanks to life. Jah Rastafari, Holy Emmanuel I Selassie. Jah Rastafari, Holy King Emmanuel Scepter. Jah Rastafari, heal the might, heal the strong, and the might, I am the I am. Holy John Marcus Messiah Gabi I Selassie. Jah Rastafari, live it, but faithfully, my sure, my Lord, we know people I Selassie. Jah, give thanks and the Lion, my Lord.
Call to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, the king, the queen, the magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Success is your destiny. Yes.
Hi family, my name is Oswald Pomakisa and my wife.
Joan Pomakisa, hi.
Together we serve medicine of the grandfather, Wachuma. Our phone number is 201-981-4545. Giving thanks to Brother Hank for the opportunity to send this message. The message of honesty, and our body is very intelligent. It has the ability to bring to the light whatever we're hiding by making us sick, so that nothing can really stay hidden. Beautiful way to move all those things that we carry from the past, to be honest.
Aboru aboye aboshishe alafia ubuntu assalamu alaikum assalamu alongo sanda om namah shivaya. I give you praise in the main shalom. Whatever your wonderful beliefs and your system of beliefs is, we give praise. But we give praise to the Olodumare, the Olorum, the Somole, the Agbamole, Efufuni, Legi, Kuku Tekunani, Samujuelo, Wadeo, Mojuba, Mudemo, Male, Mafon, Matibojo. We give praise to the God who is the owner of today, the owner of yesterday, and the owner of all days to come. He to whom the Rumole and Agbamole exist to know his laws and command, originating creator, all things discovered and yet to be discovered. We give praise to our grand, powerful ancestors, those wise ones who come, give us directions, light, love, and help us to be able to receive the benefit in our life. We ask that you be able to embrace the great divinity of Rumila, the one who is witness creation, second only to all of the Mari, the owner of medicine, more powerful than medicine, the immense orbit that fought the day of death. He to who is the perfect in the house of wisdom. He is able to heal and to regenerate you creatures of ill luck and bring them perfectly back into homeostasis, understanding, light, and love, and helping you to embrace the love of the universe as we give praise to all the creatures of the universe, everything that moves and reverberates, and the vibration that moves in your life. Allow you to find goodness, allow you to find health and vitality, strength to move forward for the accomplishment of all the goals that you have set for you and your family. My name is Babalao Oluwole Abiyomi Fakunle Adetutu Ronkolo de Manyansa. My nickname is Babalao of Harlem. We send greetings to you today. As you at www.ifakunle.com, you can reach me and we will talk. Peace.
Come on, wake up, brother. You live, man.
Peace, brother. How you doing? Is my reception pretty good?
Yeah, your reception is good. Show is
Yeah.
live, brother. Go ahead and do it, man. You got
Definitely. I thank you again for having me, and I'm looking forward for a very enlightening and illuminating show. So today's presentation is the astronomical meaning of Valentine's Day. Now, what has occurred? When I first came on the platform back in the second Monday in December, the presentation was on the 25. There's 25 words that I presented and gave the etymology to, and I wanted to lay the foundation for this Valentine's Day presentation, and just reviewing a few of the words. We have the one of the words is consider. Consider. What has happened, people who have not been given the etymology of the word consider, thinks that it means to observe, and so the concept of star is not associated, no longer associated, is no longer associated with the word consider. So the word consider etymologically means to observe the stars carefully. Now we look at the word disaster. Disaster, the word disaster, D-I-S is the prefix. Aster from the Greek means star, so it means away from the star. So when the star is not aligned, if it's not a favorable alignment, calamity occurs. Then we have the word desire. The desire is from the French form. The D-E is the prefix. S-I-R-E is the French form of the Latin citiere. And the word consider, citiere is star. The French form of that is sire in the word desire, and which means to look favorably upon the stars. So we have the words consider, disaster, and desire. And who would ever think that those three words are related to astronomy? So you see how the constructive meanings suppress the culture. As I mentioned, the culture is embodied in the language. And in the language, you have the concepts of a people, the mores, how they think, how they dealt with, dealing with agriculture and harvesting, and how they dealt with their everyday life. That is embodied in their language, and that is passed down. So this is a socio-cultural perspective of language, not just merely, people have different languages and thereby that's separated, but not understanding the socio-culture nature of language. And embodied in the language is the culture, and that is passed down to generation. So we understand that language is a tool to maintain the culture of a people, and preserved a culture of a people. Now, so this concept is very clear. So what has happened with this concept of Valentine's Day, there is a book, a 2-volume book written by Barry Shingle, and the title is African People and European Holidays, a Mental Genocide. That's African People and European Holiday, a Mental Genocide. We have to analyze material that's written by our people, because that has influenced those of us who have risen to what they call an Afrocentric thought. And so I raised the question, those who refer to themselves as Afrocentric, are they truly Afrocentric? I mean, because they beat a drum and they wear dashiki, and they may have gone to one of the nation states in Africa, or 2 or 3 of them. They may speak a little bit Swahili, and so we will say that they're Afrocentric, or they would make the claim that they're Afrocentric. But meanwhile, they will refer to their own holidays as European holidays. So I started questioning, because I thought I was Afrocentric myself, and not by not celebrating the holidays. So so we come to this enlightenment of, I'm now Afrocentric. I no longer celebrate Christmas, Valentine's Day or Groundhog Day or July or the Independence Day, or Palm Sunday or Ash Wednesday. I don't celebrate January 1st. I don't celebrate Easter because that's the white man's holiday. Those are the white man's holidays because I'm Afrocentric. And that could be so far away from the truth. And I have to present it this way. We have to challenge. We cannot be afraid to challenge misconceptions that has been presented to our people. We can't be, let me stroke the back and let's walk on eggshells and let's not challenge the misconceptions. Let's not raise the bar. Let's maintain the status quo. Don't rock the boat, Abdullah. You're rocking the boat. Well, our people will never ascend. They'll never ascend. Let's go again with this Bear Shago's title, African People, European Holidays, a Mental Genocide. The title is a mental genocide. The title itself, saying European holiday, referring to the holiday as European holiday, is the mental genocide. So let's not go inside the book. Just look at the title. The title is a mental genocide because that's disconnecting. That's disconnecting our people from our holidays. Is attaching the holidays to Europeans to whom it doesn't belong. That's one. And referring to the holidays as European holidays and saying that it's a mental genocide that we celebrate them. That has to be analyzed. Then you have how Valentine's Day has been misrepresented. Is the story goes this way. Oh yeah, see, Saint Valentine's, they went into the prison and they tore out his heart. And so the reason why they have the heart as a symbol is because that is symbolic of Saint Valentine's heart. And the red is the blood when they pull it out. So that's why the color's red and you have the hearts because that's Saint Valentine's heart association. Then you also have this presentation of Valentine's, Lupercalia, sex and, orgies. And so that's why Valentine's Day is for lovers, because it dealt with orgy. They had a lot of orgies and, things of that nature. So those are the references that Bear Shango writes about, those and not the astronomical references. It's not there. Therefore, we don't want to send the people to the level of consciousness of where our ancestors were. So we're not walking in the mindset of our ancestors. We think we are because we wear a daishiki, we beat a drum, we go visit some African nation states. We may speak a little bit of Swahili, and so therefore we draw the conclusion that that person is Afrocentric. And so that's limited. But as far as identifying our culture when Europeans are practicing it, that is what's missing with this Afrocentric people community, is that they can identify. This is what's missing in their teachings. They cannot identify the culture when Europeans are practicing it every day. That is a weakness. And I saw that back in 2009 and 10. I said, man, this has to be addressed. This is a weakness among our brothers and sisters who claim to be Afrocentric. That is a weakness there. That's a weakness with Bear Shingle's literature. So why the color red? What does the color red have to do with Valentine's Day? So let's track. Ever heard of Beetlejuice? Remember the movie Beetlejuice? Well, there is a bright red star called Betelgeuse, Betelgeuse. That's Betelgeuse, Betelgeuse. So many though you'll see a similarity with the word Beetlejuice. That's a bright red star. So you see the association of red. So Valentine's, that February 14th, is where the Betelgeuse is at the highest point in the sky. The heliacal rising of Betelgeuse is in July. So just like we talked about the dog star Sirius. January 1st, this is just those who they haven't seen it, but this is just a review for those who had seen the presentation, that January 1st is where Sirius is at the highest point in the sky. So you're looking at tracking a star. So we're getting it January 1st, Sirius is at highest point in the sky. February 14th, Betelgeuse is at the highest point in the sky. So those 2 points now. So we're tracking. So in May is where Sirius, the Betelgeuse, is not seen. Just like going with Sirius. In April, Sirius is not seen for a period of 70 days. It's in what's known as the duat, or behind the sun, for a period of 70 days. And it rises, was known as the heliacal rising of Sirius on July 4th. I'm just doing the parallel here. And so we have here with Betelgeuse is not seen, from May until July. And then now you have what's known as the heliacal rising of Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse sits in the constellation of Orion's belt. Orion is known as the hunter or archer or guider. And this is the association with the character, the Cupid character, the bow and arrow. The hunter or guider or archer, because when you locate Orion, which is a constellation of 3 pole stars, because when you locate Orion in the sky, it guides you or arches you or directs you or points you to other stars. This is a major point here of being able to determining the time with stars. Now, this knowledge of the stars, being able to look at stars and determine time, being able to determine distance, seasons, by observing stars. And so this is going back to the word consider, to observe the stars carefully. The word disaster. Catastrophe occurs when stars are not in favorable alignment. Desire to look upon the stars favorably. So these 3 words, and then also so I'm going to continue here, going to the culture and the language again. These 7 days of the week. the 7 days in the week, referring to the 5 inner planets and the sun and the moon. You have your soles dias, in Spanish, domingo, which means I am power. You have your lune dias, day of the moon. Your Hercules or Martes, day of Mars. Martes is Tuesday, day of Mars. Hercules, Wednesday, day of Mercury. Jueves, day of Jupiter, Thursday. Viernes Dias, day of Venus, Friday. And we know that Friday is the free, F-I-R, in Old Norse is Frega, and Freya is the goddess of fertility, and relating to the planet Venus. And so we talked about Venus. So this time, this Valentine's Day, and so we had last week Groundhog Day. So we're going to tie Groundhog Day to Valentine's Day. So this Groundhog Day, and it's the concept of the groundhog not seeing a shadow or seeing a shadow. And we have, meaning the groundhog doesn't see the shadow, then we'll have a longer period of winter. The groundhog sees the shadow, then, we have a shorter period of winter. Where did that thought come from? Now, groundhog in Biloxi, Pennsylvania, groundhog, the hibernation patterns of groundhogs were observed, and that was used as the determining factor for spring. So we had looking at the hibernational patterns of groundhog, and you would see groundhogs painted in caves. So that was a celebrated practice, and then even to today, there's a huge observation and celebration of acknowledging that ancient practice of observing groundhogs' hibernation patterns and determining the time of spring. So I wanted to offer that to you as well. So the concept of the groundhog, the shadow concept, was known as plane trigonometry. How do you measure a height of a tree with the knowledge of plane trigonometry? You measure what? The shadow it casts. The shadow, the hypotenuse, base, altitude. Hypotenuse, base, altitude. With that knowledge of plane trigonometry, measure the shadow that the tree casts will give you the height of the tree. So this concept of shadow and timekeeping, shadow and distance and measurement. So this didn't just come out of thin air of the groundhog seeing a shadow or not seeing a shadow. And I recall hearing that growing up, I remember, and I was in second grade, and we were it was during recess, it was during after lunch, and we were playing, and I remember saying to my teacher saying to me that, oh, the groundhog didn't, saw the shadow today, and I'll be all happy. Oh, yeah. All right, so I wanted to put some math and astronomy to it, so it makes sense. So it's not that's the white man's holiday. That's the African people, European holidays, a mental genocide. And that will continue to go on unless people like myself provide the astronomical and mathematical knowledge. We're highly mathematical people. So the Europeans are benefiting from the wealth of our knowledge. It's like it's as if they inherited our knowledge. They inherited our culture. And they're the one, we ain't benefiting from it. They're benefiting from it. It's almost as if it's their inheritance. The way they see view is that they take the position as it's their inheritance. That their inheritance, they're the developers of it. You know, they give us this, reconstruct the history, that they develop it. That's their inheritance. And how dare us, you know, type thing. And then, of course, we have our brothers and sisters who claim to be Afrocentric, disassociate because they've been indoctrinated, so they have not raised their level of knowledge to the math, to the mathematical and astronomical meaning and functions of them. And so all they're doing is operating on the indoctrination that the Europeans have given us. And therefore, on that basis, they dissociate. Therefore, you got titles like African people, Europe, and European holidays, and mental genocide. And so we look favorably upon, that these are our scholars. We gotta, my brothers and sisters, why do we do that? Because we lack knowledge ourselves, and then we see it's almost like a God complex. Like you view, and that's why I don't want, please don't worship me. Please, I beg you. Don't worship me. Don't idolize me. Please. Take what I'm presenting, research it, go to reach the knowledge of math and astronomy. Don't worship me. You know, I'm no less than you. I'm not greater than you, and I'm not less than you. All right. So it's just, I'm working to guide you into stimulating your thinking. And I am not afraid. I'm not afraid to analyze, to even challenge our own people. I'm not afraid to do that. I can't be afraid to challenge misconceptions. I can't be afraid to do that. Well, you know, and I'm not attacking Bereshingo. I'm not attacking Bereshingo. Because I analyze people's work, that's not attacking. That is a book, a 2-volume book that where a lot of the volumes have been sold. And there's people in the Afrocentric community refer to that. And on that basis, they reject their own culture. I have to challenge that. And I'm not afraid, and no one's going to make me be afraid to do that. And no one's going to, you know, misrepresent what I'm saying as if I'm attacking Bereshingo. I know I met the brother, he's since transition. Challenge me. Analyze my work. That means you're not attacking me because you analyze my work and you see an error in my work. All right. You show the error through your research, that what through research, through scholarly research, through documentary evidence, you showed that what I have presented in my books as error. All right. But don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid to challenge me. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to analyze my works. Don't view me as some God. Don't view me as infallible. You got to get out of that. It's too much of that God complex in our communities. And I know where that's coming from. And we got to attack that. We got to challenge that as well. We got to kill that. Because we won't be able to ascend with that mentality. So this understanding, I want to fill some questions before I go on. We got any questions coming? Any got any questions? Put your questions in for me. Any points that I need to clarify? Where should I begin in the Moorish science? I have a great question. Pacola, can you put in the chat? Put in the chat what I did on from Moor to Blackamoor to Moor to Blackmore to Blackamoor to Black. When I did on the Naila's platform on October 10th, can you put that in the chat? I suggest that you start here. Bacola will put that in the chat. All right. That'll be placed in the chat from Moor to Blackamoor to Blackmore to Blackamoor to Black. The systematic burial of our Moorish nationality and national identity. I suggest that you start there. That is a PowerPoint presentation that I put together and presented on Dr. G's Coffee Hour with Dr. G on October 10th. I suggest you do that because it's documented. You presented documentary evidence, and so I would suggest you start there because that gives you a reference points, clear reference points that we're not Black and that it's a systematic burial. Well, so since I brought that up, let me just give you a few points. In the 1560 Geneva Bible, you have there's in 7 and 8 verses, Jeremiah 38:12 and other verses, there is the word Blackmore, and Blackmore is spelled lowercase b, LACKE, space, uppercase M, ORE. In the 1599 Geneva Bible, you have in the same verses, 7, 8 verses, you have Blackmore spelled lowercase b, LACK, space, uppercase M, OORE. In the 1611 King James Version, same verses, there's the word Ethiopian. So you see the deliberate, the systematic burial of our Moorish nationality. And so I present all the references, all the verses in the 1560, in 1599, 1611. I do the comparative analysis. All right. So, and then I show pictures of coat of arms from 1500 to 1800. Blackmore was used interchangeably or synonymously with Negro and Ethiopian. So you're talking about a 300-year period where Blackamoor was used synonymously or interchangeably with the word Negro and Ethiopian. So I suggest you that, so that should be in the chat, that reference. So you're looking at there. You also have my books, moorsandmasonry.org, and go to moorsandmasonry.org for my books. But this is a very good presentation, and I'm going to continue to push that. Any other questions? Do you see it in the chat, brother? Everybody see it in the chat? None. It's not in the chat yet. Sister Bacola, you put that in the chat. She may not. All right. We'll make sure we get that. Any other questions? Is anyone that has that presentation? You put that in the chat. All right, good. It's on my Facebook page. It's on Abdullah Bey's Facebook page. I posted it yesterday on my Abdullah-based Facebook page. So let's go to our Abdullah-based Facebook page and you'll see it there if it's not in the chat right now. Another question, please. Point of a question or comment. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm crazy. I'm attacking our people, whatever. No other questions. So that's continuing here with tying Groundhog Day with Valentine's Day. Now in Masonic orders, you have the checkerboard floor. It's called the white and black checkerboard floor. So in the white and black checkerboard floor, and that is associated, the black is emblematic of the shadow. So you have here, you had the two pillars of Boaz and Joachim marking the winter solstice and summer solstice. And it's placed in front of that, you have the checkerboard floor. So the checkerboard floor representing the sunlight shadow. So the moving of the shadows. So Groundhog Day, the shadow concept principle is the length of the shadow gives you an idea of time. You know, how long the shadow is. This like you have. Let's look at give you a better concept of the shadow. What's known as if you go out into an open field and you place a stick and you draw a circle around the stick, and say you out at 7 o'clock in the morning and you place the stick where the shadow's going to cast at 7. An hour later, the shadow is going to move to another position, and you place the stick there. An hour later, 9 o'clock, the shadow will move again. All right. So now you're looking at this concept of shadow determining the time based on the position of shadow. So 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So you're marking where the shadow is going to move. So that the concept of the point within the circle and Masonic orders, that's what that is. I'm giving you the application. So those who are Masons, the point within the circle, I'm giving you the application. The point would be the stick in the center. You would draw the circle. So that point within the circle is a reference point of timekeeping and placing the shadow. So this is ancient knowledge of timekeeping and measurement. This is the origin of the clock. So are there any questions before I go on? No questions. None. All right. So when you're looking at, now the Groundhog Day, now you know that spring is near based on the position of the length of the shadow. And so here we have Valentine's Day now, but tells us is at the highest point in the sky. So these are indicators that spring is near. So we're looking, let's mark it back with a little bit of a view, and I'll bring it back up to Groundhog Day, Valentine's Day, and Easter coming up. So we talked about the death of the sun when I did the presentation. So the sun dies on December 21st. Because I'm gonna put this, it's important that Now I review this so that you can see the connection. The sun dies, the sun is at its lowest point of declination on December 21st in this northern hemisphere. Hovers for 3 days, which means that the apparent motion of the sun appears to stand still for 3 days because it's moving from its furthest, moving from the northerly direction, it suddenly points to the northerly point. So there is a transitional period on the 24th, 25th. You look at the sunrise, sunset charts. Then the days will be getting longer. That is the birth of the sun or the birth of Jesus. That's the rebirth of the sun. And at that point, the days will be getting longer. So every 7 days, there's a 10 to 12 minute increase in the day. Continuing January 1st. January 1st is where Sirius is at the highest point in the sky on the midheaven. So these are all markers of timekeeping now. We're moving into January 20th. Sirius is at the lowest point, is in the night sky the longest on January 20th, presidential inauguration day. Then you have February 2nd, Groundhog Day. The length of the shadow will give you the concept of time and that spring is near. Betelgeuse, Valentine's Day, February 14th. Betelgeuse is at the highest point in the sky. So these are markers, indicators that spring is near. So the vernal equinox in the northern hemispheres is March 21st. And I mentioned before that the vernal equinox, spring, that is not Easter. Easter is not the resurrection. Easter is not the resurrection, or we say Christ. The resurrection of Jesus is the Christmas. That's the resurrection. All right. Once again, the sun dies on December 21st. Hovers for 3 days. Look at the sunrise, sunset charts. The days begin to get longer. All right, there's a 10 to 12 minute increase because prior to that, it's minus on the sunrise, sunset charts. You don't see a plus or an increase in time until around the 24th, 23rd, 24th of December. What they're calling the resurrection is when the sun leaves the Tropic of Capricorn, crosses the equator, and enters the Tropic of Cancer. But by that time, you're looking at where there's 12 hours is some change of daylight, and 11 hours is a change of night. But the sun has already resurrected. It has resurrected or was reborn on the 25th. So by the time you talk about the resurrection, it's just it's the reference is where the sun leaves the Tropic of Capricorn, crosses the equator at the vernal equinox point, and enters the Tropic of Capricorn, Cancer. But that's not the resurrection. Like, the sun has already been resurrected. And I had to, that's what I say, it's analysis, thinking, understanding the concept of astronomy. Before I go on, any questions? Because I like to field questions too. I want to see if any questions or comments that I can provide some clarity to. All right. All right, question. Do you believe it is greater to forget the nation wake up because our people are out mentally stuck? Yes. Pacola, did you put in the chat did you put in the chat the link that I did on Dr. Naila's? The one I sent you today, the one I did on October 10th on Dr. Naila's platform. Someone had asked about getting in more information about more science, and I referenced that. And I thought, I don't know if you were on at the time, so can you put that link in the chat? You put that link in the chat, and that question again? Can you post that question again, Pacola? That question again about the nation being stuck. Because that's my mind. When I saw your name, I just immediately went to the that link. So let me just post the question again. I'm waiting for the question. Something about the nation being stuck. No post yet from Pacola. All right, she's getting, all right, question. Do you believe it is greater to forget the nation wake out because our people are mentally stuck? Greater to forget. Because our people are not understood. Greater, believe it is greater to forget this nation wake out because our people are mentally stuck. Not so I'm clear on the question. Do I believe that I'm not clear? So clear, I'm not clear on the question. I'm not clear on the question. I believe that this nation you're referring to as the United States, and I'm not clear on the question for me to provide an answer. Can you restructure the question, Pacola? Let's restructure the question, because I'm not clear on the question. I got to be honest with that. All right, so any other questions? We have 10 minutes here. Any other questions or comments? None. All right. So we have an upcoming conference. There's an upcoming conference that I've been talking about since I've been on this platform on May 18th, the Moorish Governance, Birthright, and Nationality Claim Conference. That is here in Philadelphia. And we're working to facilitate a Moorish national governing body to serve as a voice. The conference is part of the vehicle of facilitating national political unity among our people. So we're going to be hosting quite a few leaders who have their own political bodies and organizations, and to convene. We also have an advanced study group that we've actually started. The Moroccan Post School of Government and International Law started an advanced study group, and that is a closed study group. And selected, we got about 55 members of the advanced study group. So with that'll be also all that we're doing is tying what we're doing with the advanced study group, what I've been doing here on this Moorish Monday and other platforms we do, it's tying with the focus of restoring national political unity among our people. And I've talked about the principle of national political unity. So May 18th, the flyer and the Eventbrite link is on on Abdullah Bey's Facebook page. It's pinned on the page. So definitely Looking forward, it'll also be broadcast live. So if you can't make it here to Philadelphia physically, you can make it virtually, and we'll continue to market the upcoming conference. Once again, that's on May 18th here in Philadelphia. That's 800 West Alany Avenue, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is the Majestic Hall. And that's owned by a brother. We wanted to have the facility that's owned by one of our people. So that's why we don't have it. That's why the event is not at a hotel. It is at an event facility. So we didn't want to have, we didn't want to have direct all our finance to Europeans. So any questions? Any questions about the conference? Any questions? All right, what is your take of the moving of Chief Tanneman's statue here in Philadelphia? Well, my take would not take with anything else. That represents the cover-up, of the history, because the Chief Tanneman statue is a marker of history. So so my thought is the same as the Europeans removed, substituting Blackmore in the 1560 to 1599 Geneva Bible with Ethiopian in the 1611 King James Version. So that's my take, is the same as that. That is part of to bury the history. That my take is the same take as Europeans referring to the Renaissance as the Renaissance, as opposed to referring to it as the Moorish Renaissance. My take is the same as that. Is to cover up our presence, our power, our political power, our nationality, our land, our consequently rights to this land and natural resources. So my take is that. My take is the same take as the construction of the race paradigm with Francois Bernier, Carl Linnaeus, and Johann Friedrich Blumenbach to suppress the principles of nationality. With this constructive race paradigm, this nouvelle division de la Terre, new division of the earth, with Francois Bernier back in the 1680s. My same take is that. And that whole, my same take is Afrocentric, quote unquote, Afrocentric folks referring to our holidays as European holidays. My same take is that. It's all connected. Is to bury and cover up our culture, our land rights, the blood rights to the land, our inherent rights to self-determination, our Moorish sovereignty, our Moorish treaty protections, our Moorish history, our Moorish power, our Moorish sea power during the 15, 16, 1700s. William Davis, what is your take on moving? All right, William Davis said, the professor of Italian Renaissance history, the enslavement of Europeans doesn't fit the general theme of European world conquest and colonization, which is central to scholarship on the early modern era. So the Moorish enslavement of Europeans doesn't fit the general theme of European conquest and colonization, which is central to scholarship on the early modern era. So why? Because this how Europeans have presented the history, the truth about Moorish power and our enslaving Europeans doesn't fit the lies or the omission of our power. Macaulay, can you restructure that question? Restructure that question. We got a few minutes. All right, so definitely appreciate Brother Hank for offering this platform to me. We had Shim Malachi Bey on last week in the principles of self-determination. So you got an opportunity to take a look at that. We got a great deal of good responses from that presentation. So to get my books, go to mooresandmasonry.org. The Moors and Masonry Part 1, Moors and Masonry Part 2, How Venus and Moon Rule, Etymology and Vocabulary, Etymology and Vocabulary Supplementary 1, Illuminati and Illumination of the Mind, Etymology and Vocabulary. So you see it across the stream. Thank you, Brother Hank. Go to mooresandmasonry.org for the Moroccan Post School of Government and International Law free classes. Go to the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page. That's the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page. Sister Bacola, you ready for that question? To repost that question? All right, so as we winding down here, any other questions? Is astrology connected to magnetism, and how? All right. Astrology is the study of the stars. Astronomy. So is astrology connected? So let's look at astronomy. You're looking at, because astrology is where one will construct a natal chart. They will take the information of the position of planets, and that is gathered through observation by astronomers. So we're looking at astronomy. You're looking at the moon. You're looking at the moon. So let's look at the moon. So I'm gonna say yes. The moon has an effect on its large bodies of water. High tide, neap tide. And so we're 90% water. So it has effect on our bodies. In fact, if there is a full moon, because it's actually pulling, absolutely right. So so I'm saying yes to that. So the full moon, so there we're looking at medical astrology, and that knowledge of not operating during a new moon, a full moon rather. You know, the sun, the sunlight, the sun is a source of energy. The sun, melanin is to photosynthesis, is to plants, is what melanin is to us. So the sun being a source of energy, the sun stimulates the serotonin and melatonin in our brains. So absolutely right, yes. So the planets and various stars have an effect on the body. Absolutely. Any other questions? We're at 8 o'clock mark. Bacola, you all right, so none at this time. So I want to thank you again for riding with me on Moorish Monday. Looking forward to next week. And I trust that this presentation elevate your mind, a little bit. I look to present presentation, proper concepts, and also to challenge misconceptions. I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to challenge misconceptions, whether it comes from people that look like me or Europeans. It's misconceptions. So in order for us to ascend to another level, we have to provide the proper concepts. Right. So once again, go to mooresandmasonry.org for my books and for our free class of the Moroccan Post School of Government International Law free classes, PowerPoint classes, recorded classes. Go to the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page. I thank you again. I want to give great honors to Brother Hank for this platform. Brother Hank, was great seeing you at the Nicholas Bookstore about 3 weeks ago.